In the bustling streets of ancient Athens, amidst the grandeur of philosophical thought, there was a man who dared to defy societal norms with brazen audacity. His name was Diogenes, often seen with a lamp in broad daylight, humorously claiming to search for an honest man amidst the pretense of society. Our journey today revolves around a pressing inquiry. How does Diogenes, the renowned Cynic philosopher, offer a radical reinterpretation of happiness? How does his unorthodox lifestyle and candid demeanor challenge and redefine our deeply ingrained notions of joy, purpose, and societal conventions? Join us as we delve into the Cynic's Guide to Happiness. The rise of cynicism. Historical backdrop. As Athens flourished with intellectual discussions and grand debates about the nature of life and existence, a subversive undercurrent emerged. Here we explore the rise of cynicism, a countercultural wave that dared to question and confront the status quo. In a society deeply entrenched in traditions and hierarchical structures, the Cynics emerged as a voice of dissent, challenging prevailing ideologies. Foundational Cynic principles. But what did these Cynics truly believe? At the heart of cynicism lies a radical return to simplicity. Cynics championed a life in harmony with nature, shunning the artificial constructs and pretensions of society. To them, true happiness wasn't found in riches, fame, or societal approval, but in an uncomplicated, authentic existence. They believed in living unapologetically, stripped of the superfluous desires and aspirations that society often imposes upon us. Diogenes' radical life, Tales from a Tub. In a city known for its grandeur and extravagance, Diogenes made a deliberate statement by choosing to reside in a ceramic jar, right in the heart of Athens. This wasn't just a mere act of eccentricity, it was a profound statement against materialism and excess. Delve into some of his most memorable antics, from debunking Plato's definition of a man to his audacious interaction with Alexander the Great. Diogenes' life was not just about his philosophical beliefs, it was a living embodiment of them, simplicity as a virtue. In an age of opulence, Diogenes cut a contrasting figure with his commitment to minimalism. He believed that the more we own, the more we're owned. By shedding material possessions and societal labels, Diogenes sought true freedom. This section explores his advocacy for a life stripped of unnecessary complications, where happiness isn't pursued but naturally experienced through an authentic and uncomplicated existence. Through his radical way of life, Diogenes emphasized that true contentment comes from within and is not tethered to external validations or possessions. Challenging societal constructs, inner wealth over outer wealth. Diogenes highlighted the transient nature of worldly riches. While society raced to accumulate tangible assets, he championed the cultivation of internal values, ethics, and virtues. To him, a rich mind was more valuable than a hefty purse. Diogenes' message prompts us to reflect on where we invest our time and energy, in ephemeral possessions or in nurturing an enriched soul. Authenticity over pretense. Diogenes was nothing if not audacious. His encounters with prominent figures of his time weren't just dialogues, they were deliberate challenges to the superficial norms of society. From publicly mocking Plato's lofty ideas to fearlessly declaring to Alexander the Great that the only thing he desired was for him to step out of his sunlight, Diogenes' interactions were loaded with profound messages. He championed the idea that one's worth shouldn't be determined by societal status or acclaim, but by their commitment to authenticity and virtue. His fearless confrontations serve as powerful reminders that it's better to be true to oneself than to seek fleeting approval from society. The Cynic's Path to Joy. Embracing freedom. At the heart of Diogenes' philosophy was an unyielding commitment to personal freedom. In an age defined by social hierarchies, political power plays, and a multitude of man-made conventions, Diogenes boldly asserted his autonomy. He chose not just to speak about freedom, but to live it, rejecting societal comforts and conventions, and in doing so, challenging those around him to contemplate the chains they unknowingly bore. His willingness to forego traditional living spaces for a tub and his audacity to live life on his own terms showcased a freedom that was not just physical, but profoundly mental and spiritual. His life poses an eternal question to us. What are the invisible chains that bind us, and how might we too break free? Nature as a guide. For Diogenes and fellow cynics, nature wasn't just a backdrop to human endeavors, but a guiding force and an enduring teacher. While societies built complex systems and structures, nature, in its unyielding simplicity, offered profound truths. Diogenes believed that the more humanity distanced itself from nature, the more it strayed from genuine happiness. By shedding unnecessary luxuries, societal titles, and even the conventions of clothing, Diogenes was seeking a return to a more primal, genuine state of being. His actions beckon us to reconsider our often convoluted lives and ponder, in our quest for advancement, what essential joys of life rooted in simplicity and nature might we be overlooking? Practical lessons from Diogenes. Finding joy in little. Diogenes, with his minimalist existence, offers a compelling lesson. There's profound joy in the little things. In our modern world of relentless pursuits and ceaseless desires, the Diogenesian approach provides a refreshing alternative. Instead of looking for happiness in grand achievements or acquisitions, we might find it in a shared laugh, a serene walk, the warmth of the sun, or the taste of fresh water. As Diogenes demonstrated with his life, contentment often resides in moments we overlook. Adopting a Diogenesian practice entails pausing to appreciate these fleeting instances, finding joy in the mundane, and understanding that happiness isn't always tied to the monumental, but often to the minute. Reevaluating success. The world has always had its metrics for success: titles, wealth, acclaim. But Diogenes challenges us to redefine our parameters. To him, the most successful individual was not necessarily the richest or the most powerful, but the most authentic, the one most in tune with their nature. In his interactions, he frequently questioned societal values, urging individuals to measure success not by external validations, but by inner contentment and genuine fulfillment. Drawing inspiration from Diogenes, we might ask ourselves, are our goals and aspirations genuinely our own, or merely reflections of societal expectations? True success, in the cynic's eyes, is a life lived authentically, where one is not swayed by external pressures, but remains true to their essence. Rediscovering life's essentials, questioning the superficial. In a world brimming with excesses, Diogenes' sparse lifestyle serves as a beacon of introspection. What do we truly need to live a fulfilling life? His actions, often seen as brazen, were not merely to mock society, but to prompt deeper thought. With each discarded luxury, Diogenes asked, are these possessions and pursuits truly necessary, or have we simply been conditioned to want them? As you navigate through your daily routine, take a moment to reflect on the things you surround yourself with. Which of these truly enrich your life and which merely clutter it? The power of authentic interactions. Diogenes, in his unfiltered engagements, showcased the significance of genuine human connections. In our era, where interactions can be superficial and relationships transient, he prompts us to ask, how much deeper could our connections be if we prioritized authenticity over societal facade? Consider the last conversation you had. Was it genuine or masked by societal expectations? As viewers, imagine a world where every interaction is rooted in authenticity, where we celebrate vulnerability and truth over pretense. Championing genuine human experiences. In an era dominated by filters, curated personas, and constant online performances, Diogenes calls us to prioritize realness. He lived without fear of judgment, and his teachings emphasized the richness of genuine experiences over curated realities. For those tuning in, recall moments in your life untouched by the digital world's influence. Maybe it's a heartfelt conversation during a power outage, the warmth of a spontaneous hug, or the satisfaction from helping a stranger. Diogenes encourages us to seek these raw, unfiltered moments that enrich our souls. As we wrap up our exploration of Diogenes, consider it a starting point, an invitation to embrace unscripted experiences. Free yourself from societal scripts and champion real connections. Dive into your own Statue of Wisdom journey, fostering a life where authentic encounters are the gold standard. Thank you for joining this enlightening discourse. As a takeaway, remember, authenticity is more than a trend. It's a lifestyle choice.